If you're someone who tried almost anything and everything in life and still nothing is working out to solve your day-to-day life problems, then this video is just meant for you. Welcome back, and I'm Puchita Singh, a certified life coach, NLP coach, and an author. What I wanted to talk to my viewers today is about how did I solve my life's biggest problems to the smallest problems, to the day-to-day problems that I had or I still have. We are all humans, right? So we keep having these kind of issues and problems. Otherwise, life does not exist, right? So how did I solve them? What did I do about them? Again, it's going to be a very scientific, spiritual response to what I'm trying to talk about today. But this has nothing to do with your religion. This has nothing to do with doing things blindly. Even if you believe, even if you don't believe, scientifically this is going to work out for you. All right, so what I'm going to talk about today is a prayer. This prayer was introduced in Hawaii. This is in the United States, and this prayer is called as oponopono prayer. All right, I'm going to share the details in the description or in the title of the video so that you understand what I'm talking about. You can go back and Google it on the internet. There is enough and more information about it. But what I really want to talk about and why I really want to talk about this is for multiple reasons. We as humans always believe that the life's biggest problem is to do all the kind of hard work, keep waiting for long, still we don't get results. We keep trying and then we move to something else. You really don't have to do this. What you can do is definitely just try this prayer. When I say prayer, it doesn't have to be literally the prayer sense, right? Like what in general, especially in India, when we say prayer, it's like you take your shower, you sit in a particular place, in a particular posture, and then you start doing things. It doesn't have to be that way. You can say this any time of the day, whether you are in your menstrual cycle or not, whether you are at a workplace or in a public place, or you are sitting with yourself, or you're brushing your teeth, or you're taking your shower. It can work anywhere. Okay, what does this prayer mean? Oponopono is the full name of the prayer. So it starts with means to make, all right, and pono means to make it right, all right. And because pono word is repeated again, it's called as doubly right. So what you're trying to basically tell to the universe or to whatever you believe in, you are trying to make things doubly right, not just for yourself, even for people around you. Okay. This is a prayer which started with an intention of not just healing yourself, even to heal others. This is basically to forgive others, forgive yourself, and for everything that we do on a day-to-day basis. The origin of this prayer, because I said it comes from Hawaii, there is a background to it. You can go back and search for Dr. Yu Len. He recently passed away, in 2022 January. But what this gentleman did was he created this prayer, and you also can look for a book called Zero Limits by Dr. Joe Vitale. Right, there are a lot of books around this prayer basically, and there is an advanced version as well. But you don't have to literally worry about advanced version or the basic version right now. For you, the important thing is getting the crux of why we do what we do and when do we do this, right? So you can go back and look for more details around in the internet, or you can buy this book if you're really interested. But remember, reading this book is also going to change your life to a very large extent. And this book is a little expensive. You may go back and check if it's gonna if you can go back and buy it, then nothing like it, right? So Dr. Yu Len tried this in a mental asylum. Okay, he did not go back and meet the patients who were in mental asylum. Wherever he was sitting and wherever place he was, he basically started doing this prayer for all the patients in mental asylum. And you will not believe it, within a year's time, or rather I think lesser than that, everybody was asked to leave the mental asylum because everybody was cured. It's hard to believe, but this is the true story. You can go back and look for information out on social media. So this gentleman, he started cleaning himself and praying for these patients in mental asylum, and everybody was asked to leave. In fact, the mental asylum was shut down. Okay, now the intention or the meaning of this prayer is you take the full responsibility of everything that's happening in your life. That's the crux of this whole prayer. Okay, you are taking the responsibility, in fact full responsibility, for everything that's happening in your life, and you're forgiving and healing others and yourself, everyone whom you have met. In fact, you can do this cleaning prayer not just for yourself, even for the house, even under the roof that you are, anything and everything, whether it's a living being or whether it's a non-living being or just a product, it's gonna work out everywhere. And trust me, the results can show in like 5 minutes, or the results can even take some time to gather depending on what you're working on. You believe it or you don't believe it, results are gonna show up. Okay, for some of you, when you start doing this prayer, it might happen that things can suddenly start going wrong, one after the other. Quite possible. Don't panic. It's like this, right? You open a tap after a very, very long time. First, the dirty water comes up. You get rid of that dirty water, and then the good thing starts coming up. It's the same example. So in life, you have done so much. You have lived so many lives as a soul. All those memories are in you, right? And that is the memory you're trying to heal. As per Dr. Yulin, everything that shows up in your life is what you have created. For example, if you have a toxic family member, that's because there is something in you which has showed up that toxic family member. I know you're going to hate me for this, but that's the true fact. Okay? Similarly, if there is any financial problem, as per Dr. Yulin, there is something in you which has showed up that financial problem. So you got to work on yourself and fix it, right? Now, I have given a lot of description as to what it means, how it started, who started it, what really happened in the world when this was started, and where do we use it. Now let me tell you what are those what are those 4 lines in the prayer. And there is no particular order. Okay, you can do it the way you want. You can maybe pick up just 1 line out of 4 lines as well. There is no cast in stone of how to do it, when to do it, how much to do it, where to do it, when to start, when not to start. Nothing like that. Okay, and the prayer goes this way. I am sorry is the first line. Please forgive me is the second line. Thank you is the third line. I love you is the fourth line. Okay, you can shuffle the order, doesn't matter. You don't shuffle the order, it doesn't matter. Okay, I'm gonna even make some notes on the video so that when you go through these videos, you have these lines very clearly registered. Alright, so again, no particular order in which you have to do this, right? And example, if I'm working on let's say self-doubts, right? So I'm gonna say like this: all the self-doubts in me, I am sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Okay? Or for money issues, right? I can say, money, I am sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Okay? So you can use it for anyone. Like for example, someone is unwell at home, right? Take that person's name and just say that person's name and say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. As per Dr. Yulin, if someone is unwell, it also shows that there is something in you which you need to clean it up because of which that has showed up in your life. Okay, so basically the entire responsibility and onus is on you, and that is the reason all the issues shows up in your life. So if you want to do it for your career, you can say, my career, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Don't go back and realize as to, this sounds stupid, or this sounds weird, or this sounds very uncomfortable. It's gonna be uncomfortable, right? Chances are likely that whatever you're working on, you might break down very badly for the first time, or maybe the second time. And by the way, there are some classic cases where somebody has done this in their house, and it was such a deep stuff that they were working on that the tube light that was on suddenly stopped working. Okay, the light that was on suddenly got broke. Okay, so these are some examples that has happened, at least in my life. I have done this prayer for like little over 2.5 years now, and I do this every single day. Even if I can't do it like for maybe like 10 minutes, 5 minutes, I at least do it for maybe like 30 seconds to 1 minute. I just repeat it for 3 times. It's gonna show up, okay? Especially for my lovely women out there. If you're listening to this video, if someone is upset with you, take that particular name and start doing these 4 lines. Or if you are angry with yourself, right, take your name or say, all the anger in me, I am sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, right? Or if your spouse is upset with you or your mother-in-law is upset with you, do that. Trust me, they'll come back and literally tell you something different and you will wonder why did this happen today, okay? Now the question is how much to do, when to start, how often to do, how much gap to give. There is no ground rule. The more you do, the merrier it is, okay? The early you start, the better it is, okay? And the longer you do, the better it is for you. And whether you are spiritual, whether you are not, doesn't matter. Just try this for yourself. You believe in this or you don't believe in this, it's gonna work out for you, okay? So go back and look for more details on internet if you are one of those curious souls who want to find out more. But start practicing. I am sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. If you have any questions about how any of the aspects that I spoke about in this prayer, comment it in the comment section and I would love to come back and respond to you, or maybe respond in the comment section itself. Okay, I hope you found this useful. I know this video went a little longer, but it's worth listening. Alright, my life has changed 360 degrees. I broke all the patterns in my life using this particular prayer, and it has just, I have never gone back and looked into those issues again, because it gets resolved at a memory level, at a subconscious level. So this prayer is not working for you at a conscious level. So don't use your conscious brain, your logical brain, your brain that always evaluates why we do certain things. Don't use that brain, okay? Just keep doing it and the results are gonna be amazingly well, because this is gonna erase your memory at a subconscious level. It will help you forgive people, it will help you heal yourself, and it will start showing results. A lot of people try and do a lot of manifestations in their life. I would suggest first heal yourself, break all the patterns, and then start manifesting. Most of the time, why law of attraction doesn't work, which I commonly hear from people when they reach out to me, is only because you are trying to do things. So this is like this, right? When a glass is full of dirty water, which is your past or your negative traits or your behavior or whatever negatively that you're going through as an emotion in your life, if the glass is already full, where will you fill in the cleaned water? There's no space in the glass, and that glass is you. So if your glass is not emptied with all your past, all your pain, all your hurt, anger, then where will you fill the glass with a clean and a pure water? So it's exactly like this. So if you have to manifest anything in life, you basically got to remove these negativity, these past baggages, heal yourself, forgive others, and then start manifesting. Why I did this video, especially on a channel like this that I have, is because of the fact that I know a lot of women or a girl child face so much in their life. Maybe they can't afford to go to a hospital, or maybe they can't afford to look for help because they are so much stuck in their situations. They have a lot of responsibilities back home, no capacity to go out and heal herself. So even when you're cleaning utensils, you can just say these 4 lines. When you're cooking the food, trust me, the taste of the food is going to change so much when you're going to say these prayers and cook for your family or yourself. Similarly, when you're drinking water, just say these 4 lines. Life is going to be so much easy, so much fun, and so much abundant. You will come back and really thank me for this. I hope you found this video useful. If you know someone who needs to see this or listen to this, please do share with them. Like, share, or subscribe if you think this work is helping you. And as always, love you loads. Until then, bye.